football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence, these guys don't lack for either. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Their meeting in Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the third overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Smith and Jigba. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 9.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw, Darnold. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for New England is Marcus Jones. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. So here are the Patriots now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. We're looking back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. They'll give him 4 yards there, and now we've got a 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
And a Patriot first down.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed, and then we got to see it unfold in real time. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Left side caught by Diggs. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this.
And it's a fumble. And he's got this down to the 35.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's May. He finds Douglas complete. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 9. They'll throw with May. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. To the air, May. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
And his kick here is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Darnold. And he goes down. It's a Patriot save. Milton Williams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And Shaheed going to go in motion. To throw is Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
Now it's Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing here is May. They set up the screen for Henderson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
May going to give it to Henderson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the gun on third down is May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play there for New England. 53 yards.
First down, Patriots.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
His throw comes at about the 5. And the Patriots are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
From the shotgun, May with it. Over the middle, complete. That's Douglas. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Henderson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll go. It's Henderson. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Patriots take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there and tell them I believe in you. And they pay it off with 6 points.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Make us happy. Get these 3 points. Come on, a chip shot. You can make that in his sleep. Right through the uprights. You can do it. Check the kicker, guys. Give him some time. Make that kick. Laser focus.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Seahawks, first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he's got Smith-Njigba. And he's brought down. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
That's another Seahawks first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Darnold now to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Alabama. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Darnold. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Sam Darnold, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
The score, Patriots 10.
That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now 2nd and 3. Here's May. Gets this complete to Butte. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The quick throw taken in by Diggs. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 10-7 our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
A gain of
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Fair catch.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, it's May. They'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
Looking to throw, May. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Runs through the contact. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Here's Walker to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line. kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. Off of play action, Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Darnold. That is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And it is caught. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action now. May. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
To the air, May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw with May. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
That pass complete. Here's Butte with it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on 3rd down is May. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Fourth down. Here's May. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got the defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and had the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
Throwing here is May. This is caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Pats are able to move back in front. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Borregales now for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Now it's Darnold. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 39 on third.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
Off the middle, here's Walker. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And that'll be incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Straight ahead, Walker. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To throw is Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have moved out in front. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Make us happy. Get these 3 points. Get these 3 points off the board. He can make that in his sleep. Bring it home, baby.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll set up to throw. May looking to run. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Here's May. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Douglas. And the Patriots are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Back to throw again. They set up the screen for Henderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Trevion Henderson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots have yet again retaken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. A solid stiff arm. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Faking the give, Darnold. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Man in motion left, that's Smith-Njigba. Darnold down to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a 2nd and 2. Darnold. He gets gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 27-yard line.
Seahawks, first down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
He's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now a 2nd and 6. Again, Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Walker. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout,
It's a gain of 18.
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
We can make that asleep. Make us happy. Get these 3 points.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again is Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Darnold. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios in the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and you know, we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they could pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Looking to throw. May. And Diggs has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Straight ahead, Henderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
22 yards. And a Patriot first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Dancing away at the 35. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. 98 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I'll have to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. Henderson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
The extra point now for Borregales. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a New England touchdown. touchdown. Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jackson Smith and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And his throw is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go.
From the gun, it's Walker. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 4. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So the Patriots coming out now. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Looking to put a drive together.
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 113 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Throwing here is May. He finds Douglas complete.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and 6. To throw, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Patriot
Well,
first
partner,
down.
for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Again, it's Henderson. And they do get him down
but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Stevenson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
This defense has held on so far. Now from the 3, this is 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, it's May.
Touchdown, Patriots! Stephon Diggs from 3 yards out.
And the Patriots have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Borregales now for the extra point.
And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away.
A dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that, and guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. This up to about the 40. That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It'd be hard to say that the defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Throwing quickly, Darnold, that's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now it's Darnold. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
And off here to Walker.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Off of play action, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
16 yards. And the Seahawks, first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 4. Play action. It's Darnold. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Darnold. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And this game is tied again here in the 3rd. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Jason Myers.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. He's got Hooper on the short connection. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To the air, May. And this completes to Henry over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Here's May.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. Faking the give, Darnold. This goes to the tight end, Aaron Saubert. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Only one quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the fourth. Only one quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the fourth. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a run with Walker. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Walker once more. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stopped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Darnold. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Milton Williams, his second sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Myers' kick is good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3, 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they go play action with May. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's 2nd and 10. May going to give it to Henderson.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
3rd and 3. They'll throw with May.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
On first down, it's Henderson.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. They run once more with Henderson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
And a Patriot first down.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator is going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
If they get nothing else here on 3rd down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. He'll drop to throw.
They set up the screen for Henderson.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
First down, Patriots.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They go play action now. May. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment, because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
This Super Bowl, it has had it all so far. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number 1, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point. Well, that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
2nd and 10. Now Darnold. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Looking to throw. May. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
2nd and long. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack. That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right? Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 9. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
It'll go down as a loss of 16 on that play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Fielded at about the 28. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Walker to start the drive. We'll get this to about the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and 6 now. Here's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Straight ahead, Walker. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
Darnold now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And Darnold going to slide to the ground here, but not before he does pick up the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Seahawks have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now Myers for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New England's offense set to go. And it's quickly becoming now or never time in the Super Bowl, trailing by 7 here in the 4th. A pivotal moment in this football game. Looking to put a drive together. To throw, it's May. Gets this complete to Butte. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. He's back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Here's 1st down. Back to throw. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
He'll look to throw. That's caught by Diggs. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here. But if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now still down one. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths. But it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. Setting up to be a finish for the ages here. All tied in the final minutes of the Super Bowl as the kick is away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. People will kiss it on the ground.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
At the 46-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Darnold. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
2 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's a 1st and 10 now. Here's Darnold. This one goes underneath to Walker. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
It's a gain of 8.
And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up now on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Walker. Now he's into the clear again. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
and we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Patriots now down by 7. 26 seconds to go. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. Throwing here is May. He's got Henry. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's second down. Here's May. Now pass complete. Here's Butte with it. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. To the air, May. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll throw with May. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
From the gun on third down is May. And that one to the right side and incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get into the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. This to possibly force OT. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew,